Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. We just watched the teaser trailer for this upcoming show that Disney Plus has coming, Andor. It was a trailer that we got a couple months ago at Star Wars Celebration that I just never watched. I loved everything that it was building as far as tone, vibe, mood. The tension in the show is going to be spectacular. But the exciting thing is that we got a drop today at 9 o'clock on GMA. My mom texted me right away. She was like, Corey, there's a new trailer. I'm like, I love you, Mom. So now we're going to turn our attention to the big bad official trailer. What are we talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat. We're getting ready to take a look at the official trailer for Andor, which comes to Disney Plus at the end of the month, August 31st. Or if you are a Star Wars loony like me, sometimes your brain just goes August 31st. Oh man, you gotta watch the last video to understand that one. But anyway, I'm pumped, man. I really like Diego Luna. I really loved what he brought to the character in Rogue One. I'm very excited to see what he does as the lead in this series. Like I said, I'm glad I watched that teaser trailer just before because, whoo, man, does this thing look shocker. But a Star Wars show on Disney Plus looks spectacular. But the vibe, the tone, like I said, getting that tension, feeling the stakes of the rebellion as they're starting to kind of build up what they're trying to come up with to go against the Empire. I love that vibe. I love the fear that you can feel when the Empire shows up to not tip their hands. And now I'm just pumped to check out what more story we're going to get. Break more into what's going on exactly for these characters and this particular piece of the Rebellion story. So let's not waste any time, man. Get the old headphones on. We've already watched the teaser today, so let's get right into it. Trailers up! We are getting ready to take a look at the official trailer. So the first one was just under 2. This one is just under 2.5. So we get about an extra 45 minutes of trailer time in the teaser. And I would hope, mostly more than 2 minutes of new footage. So let's take a look at what we're getting with the official trailer for Andor. Oh, man. Yeah, I get you scared.
To steal from the Empire? To just walk in like you belong?
Alright,
They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house.
Oh, let's go.
Cassian Andor. The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real?
Well, now it's streaming September 21st, so they bumped it.
I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it.
Oh, yes! Let's go.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting.
You're in my net. Are you a fish? Or are you a thief?
You're slipping.
I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
This is what revolution looks like.
I'm tired of losing.
Let's go. Bro, this... Yo! 3-episode premiere. Okay, so what? We were gonna get it on August 31st. So they're doing what they did with Obi-Wan. So if we get it on August 31st, was originally going to get it on August 31st, right? That would have been a Wednesday. So that would have been 1 week. The 7th would be week 2, and then the 14th would be week 3. So basically, instead of giving us 4 episodes, right? I think they pushed Obi-Wan by like a week or 2, so they gave us 2 for that premiere. This one they're pushing it 3 weeks, so they're giving us 3 episodes. I'm about that. It's gonna make that's gonna be a long day of editing, that's for sure. But I'm very excited. I love when we get a lot of content all at once. Honestly, the way that I think most streaming platforms are really starting to find that kind of in between has been like, for the most part, I'd say most of Disney's shows have dropped with like just weekly. They've had a couple that have dropped multiple episodes on the first one. Both, like I said, both this and Obi-Wan, I think are doing that because they pushed it. But you do see like Apple TV Plus do this a lot. You'll see it on HBO Max. You'll see it on Amazon, who I think really was one of the first streamers to really kind of lock in this idea of dropping 2 or 3 episodes up front and then going weekly after that. I really like that vibe. I think as a viewer, it's fun to get like 3 hours right out the gate. I would prefer that, like, if you were gonna do something like that, still run it 6 weeks, so make it 8 or 9 episodes and give us 2 or 3 at the top, and then you can kind of cover over the course of a month and a half. Like, I think that's a really good formula. But this, I know why they're giving us 3, because they pushed it a few weeks. But it just continues to look spectacular, man. I mean, the visuals, and the thing that I was really getting, like, in the middle, when Stellan Skarsgård suddenly had long hair, which I'm trying to, like, I can't piece together if he is a twin, like there are 2 versions of Stellan Skarsgård's character, or if the short-haired version that we've seen is a past version of Skarsgård. I wonder if they're jumping around the time, like inside of Cassian Andor's timeline itself at all, or if he's playing 2 characters. But something about the vibe, once we got to long-haired Stellan Skarsgård, kind of switched to like a really, I don't know, it felt like a much more mature version of what we've been getting with these Star Wars shows. And I'm not saying that these Star Wars shows haven't been mature already. I think that they are. I think that it's adult Star Wars television that we've been getting. And they've all been spectacular for me. But something about the quality, and I also think the storyline and the stakes really giving me like a kind of Thrones type vibe to it, right? Like where you're dealing with all these large political figures, and you can tell that there's a lot of power shifting going on inside of this as the rebellion builds. And that's kind of exciting. Like, it's a little bit of a different tone and feel than what we've gotten with, I think, the other shows, which I feel have been more traditionally Star Wars. And this, don't get me wrong, this looks Star Wars to a T, but it's got, I don't know, it's got like a different vibe and flavor to, like, it feels like the caliber or quality. And I'm not trying to say that this looks like it's drastically going to be better than everything else. I think the quality of the Star Wars work has been really, really top notch. But this just has a little bit of a different vibe. Like, it's a little less Star Wars-y. Or at least at times. It feels like all the political stuff and the stuff that was just moving. And I like that. I think it adds a more adult vibe. Feels like something that you'd see on HBO maybe, like on a Sunday night. And that's a cool vibe to roll with, especially when mass audiences typically love the HBO Sunday night vibe. So giving a little bit of that to this, maybe we pull in some people who aren't traditionally Star Wars fans, and that could be really exciting, as you try to grow and expand, your base of people that you can, touch and influence. The thing I love about media, I talk about this all the time, is that media can be extremely impactful for people. So yeah, I think there's some people who are protective of their fandom and like, hey, we got to be like right in here, but I always like the idea of growth and being able to feel other people's perspectives, because who knows, maybe something in this show could impact somebody in a way that's really needed for that person. And they wouldn't have traditionally watched Star Wars stuff before, but because they got a vibe that felt a little different with this one, they checked it out. That stuff's cool, man. Like, things like that happen, and that's exciting. And hopefully it does mean an even higher quality to the caliber of storytelling, right? Like, as much as I've loved everything we've had to this point, you always want to see your favorite things continue to grow. And as you do more television and figure out how to tell these stories, you want to see that get better. And clearly, the visual effects. And my mom was saying that Diego Luna was really pumped on GMA this morning because it's a lot of practical effects too. They don't have a ton of green screen in there. I mean, we obviously know they're using those LED screens that Favs and Co. started pulling together for Mandalorian. But, you know, Luna was also like, there's a lot of practical stuff. We built things, and those things worked and moved. And that's, anytime Star Wars is doing that, that's when it looks the best. You know, I've always said the combination of practical and visual CGI effects are what make really good overall visual effects. And that's clearly going on here. I love the idea from a storyline, right? I said we get a little bit more plot usually in the official teaser. We're infiltrating the Empire and looking to steal something from them. And then, like I said, it's just kind of that growing of the rebellion and the Empire starting to try to maybe figure out what's going on and snuffing it out in places. And all of it just looks like exactly what you want from this show. And that makes me very, very excited. The other thing, too, that I love is while we see tons of Star Wars stuff, and I mean, like, friggin' Forrest Whitaker coming back. I love that. I definitely want to see more of his character, you know, and other people that we saw in Rogue One. That's one of these things that I think the Andor series can bring us, is bringing in some of these characters that Cassian was tied to in Rogue One that we've seen in Rogue One, and giving more of those stories that, you know, we obviously can't get any more of past Rogue One because, you know, spoilers if you didn't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited. I like that this feels like it's got a big scale to it, you know. We're covering, I think, a lot of ground and territory, and if the storytelling is tight and as solid as I'm hoping that it's going to be, this is gonna be a pretty special show. And whoo, man, it looks, I love that these television shows look like freaking movies, man. Makes me so excited. But more than anything, I'm just pumped for Diego Luna and Cassian Andor as a character, because it's the character that I think many Star Wars fans really, really dug in Rogue One. I think we're all really excited to get more of him and more of his story prior to that one. So there you go, man. Those are all my thoughts on the official trailer for Andor, coming to us now on September 21st. I'm pumped. I can't wait. It looks phenomenal. Question is, what are you thinking, man? What are you pulling from the storylines? As big of a Star Wars fan and nerd as I can be, I know there's a lot of material out there that I haven't seen or touched. So what things were popping for you that maybe I missed on this first viewing, or wouldn't have been able to pull if it's touching on elements or story that exists outside of the visual medium space? But yeah, man, let me know what's working for you in this trailer. How excited are you? Are things not looking like you want it to? Are you getting a little worried? Is the push for a few more weeks something that's like, I don't know, see, man? Hopefully there's not too much of that, but literally, everybody feels a way about something, right? So I want to know how you're feeling about the Andor official trailer. Do it by putting those comments, good, bad, or indifferent, below in the comments section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with C-Man anytime we're talking movies, TV, trailer reactions, you want to be here. So we approach now September 21st. Man, when you watch a teaser and then the regular trailer back to back and that happens, messes with your head. But you want to be here as we approach the middle of September for Andor or anything else that we're covering on the old cinema sit down. You dig this crazy guy, want to give him a little love and support? Well, hey, you can do that simply by jumping over there, hitting that subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want those alerts. Boom, you'll be a C-Maniac for life, or as long as you stay subscribed to the channel. But go do that stuff for me, man. I'm all wrapped here, so until the next time for the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down, I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace. Oh, hey, what's going on? You must be sticking around because you're looking for more content featuring this guy. Well, guess what? You're in the right place. You can check out more videos right here and right here. And if you have and you want to come join that C-Maniac Nation, you can hit that subscribe right over there.